Hello, internet pals. It is about 9:15 in the morning on Tuesday, August 4th, and I just wanted to hop on and yap a bit. I'm taking a little bit of a break. I've been working for the past couple of hours. I've actually gotten quite a bit done yesterday and today, so I'm taking a break now because I know the next task that I need to complete is going to take me a hot minute, and I just want to kind of settle into that task, but my brain is going and I kind of want to catch y'all up on everything that has been going on. So let's see. I forget exactly when I filmed my last vlog, but could I go back and check? Yes. Am I going to? No. Why? I'm just an amateur here. We're just yapping. So last week was actually suspiciously decent. This week, for the most part, is going fairly decent as well. Yesterday, I did have a little bit of a panic moment at work because I got an email asking about a job assignment where the due date was back in April. And I was like, oh crap, how did I miss this? Why did this not get assigned out? I don't usually make mistakes like that. Well, then when I looked at when the job assignment was created, it was created, excuse me, it's Tuesday, my brain is still all over the place. I haven't finished my cold brew yet, but it was created on July 31st. So I know that's going to become an issue. We have a meeting on Wednesday, but I got my screenshots and everything and I have it assigned out now, but it is frustrating. Like the system, there have been some updates and just the system is a mess and crap like this happens quite a bit, but I've also been having some reason to fear for my position in general because I am reminded pretty frequently by like members of the C-suite and their direct subordinates that my position technically doesn't generate revenue for the company and that I just contribute to overhead and all that. So that's kind of anxiety inducing, especially when, you know, I'm trying to pay for my master's, which this is technically the last week of the summer semester. My final paper is due tomorrow, but that's already turned in. And then on Thursday, I can do my final reflection and discussion post of the course. I pretty much already know what I'm going to write. I think that they did ask that we not post anything before the 6th, so I do have to wait, but that's totally fine. I was annoyed last week because I wanted to just be done, and technically I am because I know what I'm gonna write. I did get my first $776.25 payment sent in for the fall tuition, so as of right now, I'm technically good to partake in my fall courses, but on August 1st, so Saturday, and the timer restart and we're trying to get another $776.25 together. I have applied for another grant, but there's no guarantee I'll get it, and I think it's pretty competitive. I didn't find out about it till like the day before the application was due, so I don't think I put as much thought into the essays as I probably should have because I was kind of just panicking to get it in. So we'll see. If I get that grant, then at least I'll be secure for the fall, but I'll still need to be thinking ahead to spring, and since I know fall is $3,100 for the two courses, there might be some more money in there. I don't remember the total off the top of my head. I just remember the $3,100 part. I'm assuming spring is going to be about the same because I think in spring I'm taking 2 classes too. So, you know, we're just out here living the broke college kid life, even though I'm technically a professional with a decent salary on paper, but that doesn't take into account lifing, and California being very expensive. Which is one of those things that's actually really frustrating because, like I said, on paper, I have a really decent salary. Like, I'm not going to say I don't, but in Southern California, not so much. It does not go very far. I think my mom was really shocked when we were having a heart-to-heart. I was like, Mom, like, I live paycheck to paycheck. Like, and that's kind of where we're at, even without some extra costs thrown in there because of like the plumbing, which that's going to be another $50-ish a month bill, which my mom and I are splitting. We do co-own the house, so we do split things like that. We have another like plumbing bill from a few years ago that we're still paying off, and then of course the leak detection with that same company is another thing. So I have to sit down and look at my budget and my bills, and then of course there's like some frivolous spending that I've done that I'm like paying off from even months back, but I don't regret that because they were little purchases to make me happy. A lot of them are already almost paid off, and just it's really frustrating. And I do have some anxiety, and I do feel guilt a lot when I'm thinking about some of the GoFundMe stuff, and then whenever I spend like frivolously on myself now, especially having that GoFundMe, it makes me feel guilty because I'm like, oh well, I'm spending on this luxury, but I've asked to crowdfund for my school. Like, how can I justify this when and I know that that's just my own mind working against me, but yeah. So that's kind of where some of my anxiety and guilt spirals are lately. I'm sorry if you can hear this fan going, by the way. I put some solar fans, or 2 solar fans, some is a strong word, in this little sitting area, and it's been really nice. It at least keeps the air moving. But so I've been able to stay out here a little bit longer the last couple of days because I've had these fans up, which has been really nice. Sorry, that was just a tangent. My morning glories and everything are doing well. I mean, I have my hummingbird vine here too. I know you can't really see it super well. The morning glories are starting to bloom, which is really exciting. Both my, like, your standard blue morning glories, and I have one right around the corner here. If Editing Morgan remembers, I'll pop a photo in, but I have some fancy ones as well. I haven't noticed any moonflowers blooming yet, but fingers crossed we get some, because I would really love some pretty white blooms at night. That would be beautiful. I've never been successful getting moonflowers to actually grow and flower, so maybe this will be the year. If not, I'm gonna keep trying. I still want to put some like hanging planters on this bar, because I want to put like some mint and citronella, because I think that'll be nice. I want to add some like lavender on either side of the planters. I'm annoyed because one of my little cacti did fall over. I got a couple pieces in here starting again, and then I did plant the big one in here, but it's already dying. I think it was kind of already a goner. I think it already wasn't doing well inside, but I've got other specimens of that one in particular at my front door. I've got some just crazy chaos planters with some succulents, and the wandering, we're gonna say wandering dude, because I've been told that the more traditional or original common name for it is a little anti-Semitic, although I've also seen discussion where that's debatable, but I'm just gonna do my best. It's you can't really see it where I'm sitting, but it's purple, and yeah. So I've got a bunch of just kind of chaos planters at my front door, which I do kind of want to clean up. That's on my list, but not entirely sure how I want to do it. I've really been thinking about these outdoor projects to kind of make my space a little more like peaceful for me, which is kind of the whole point of this sitting area. I want to do like a little above ground pond with some guppies, but clearly I haven't gotten to that, and that's one of the more expensive plans, so that's on hold, but I think I know where I want to put it and all that stuff. Yeah, so I know that I'm just kind of rambling. Let's see what else. Sunday, I went to a meetup with my local chapter of the book club that I'm in. Well, the IRL Inland Empire Book Club. It was a lot of fun, and I'm kind of proud of myself for going and doing like actual in-person things and making in-person friends, because that's definitely not one of my strengths. Sorry, I just noticed there's a thing on my to-do list that I could have checked off yesterday that I did not. So that's cool. So this is, sorry, I know my brain's all over the place, but basically I do a to-do list for myself every week, so I know the tasks that I have to get done, and then that's how I keep myself organized. And yeah, that's the method to my madness. I have like 2 more things that I think I have to do today, but most of the other stuff on this list is not super pressing to get done, but I think I'm gonna end up working some evenings to get some of this stuff done, because the more ahead I can get, then the more I can shift my schedule around. And like I said, I have some appointments later in this week. Chewy needs to go back to the vet for his follow-up for his ear infection. That's on Wednesday, and then I have an appointment on Thursday. At some point I have to get to my aunt's because I have some stuff I need to print, and even though I have a printer, I do not have ink for it, therefore I cannot print the things myself, because I keep forgetting, and then the account goes to no money, and just, yeah. So, and that's how it is. I keep forgetting to get ink when there's money in my account, and that is a problem. Even though work has told me that they will pay for an ink cartridge every year, since I do some infrequent printing for work. It's not frequent enough for them to pay for all my ink, but infrequent enough that they're like, yeah, you probably do like a cartridge worth of printing a year. For us, honestly, it's probably less than that, but if they're gonna buy me ink for my printer, I just need to remember to purchase it. So yeah, that's where we're at there. I know I'm kind of rambling, and if I'm completely honest with you, it is 100% so I can procrastinate a bit. I'm not trying to hit like some time goal or anything. I'm just yapping and putting thoughts out into the world, because I know that I really have been enjoying listening to Peter Mon's vlog channel, Peter Vlogs, and it makes me feel less alone. I think I have like 2 or 3 vlogs to catch up on, because I've just been kind of busy like over the weekend. Well, honestly, I wasn't that busy this weekend. It's just I went to my book club, then I came home and I was reading, and we were just relaxing, and I took like a 2-hour nap. It was glorious. I've been trying really hard to actually prioritize letting myself rest and recharge, but it has also been nice because over on TikTok I was getting real spicy back and forth with some comments again, and I felt like myself, and I know that they're trolls and I shouldn't be giving them the attention that I do, but when I see a comment, even if it's a troll comment that I can make a greater point off of, I will do that. Like, let me capitalize off of responding to my trolls, man. I mean, capitalize is a strong word because I don't make money on any of my social medias. Would it be nice for my social media to get monetized and maybe at least contribute to the school bill? Yes. Is that happening right now? No. Will it happen in the near future? Probably not, but a girl can have goals. Speaking of school, I am really excited to like share my thoughts, and I've been really thinking about the difference here between masters versus bachelors, and just the experience so far is night and day, if I'm honest, and it's only been 1 semester. So I'm excited for that. I have some other topics that I'm actively working on. One I think is going to take me kind of a while to research and put together because I want to make sure it's done right. I'll talk more about these over on my Patreon. Sorry, it will be behind a paywall, but I am trying to actually grow and cultivate that. I think my only members over there are the free tier, which is totally fine. Like, this is just one of those things that I've had the Patreon since I started the YouTube. I had played around with getting rid of it for a while, but now I'm just like, no, I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna do the thing, and worst case scenario, people just don't sign up for it, and you know what, that's fine. We're in an age where we gotta at least try things. I've been working on a pulled wool saddle pad also, and really enjoying it. I do think that I would like to have a bigger workspace because that's really what's slowing me down now. That, and I'm very much in a trust the process stage. I'm doing a more intricate pattern than I've seen most people do for their first one. So I'm kind of doing some trial and error. I'm really self-teaching, and I think it's gonna come out well, but yeah, even if it doesn't, it's just for me. So I already know what I'll do different on the next one I make, and I've played around with the idea of, since I really have been enjoying making this, and it is very calming, that if I make a bunch that I don't have need for, one, I can give them as gifts because I have horsey people in my life, obviously, but two, like, yeah, maybe I will pop them up for sale every once in a while because I think that would be fun. But that's just me kind of putting thoughts out into the universe and giving y'all a taste of where my thought process kind of goes. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, life has been a lot lately, and there's been a lot of feelings of inadequacy, a lot of feelings of trying to not compare myself to other people, which has been really difficult, and just a lot because I am 31 right now. I'll be 32 in November, and comparing myself to like some of the girls who were in my class in high school, I have to remind myself that some of the people I'm comparing myself to had very different lives, and they had very different advantages and didn't grow up in the same circumstances I have, and I have been doing my best. I have given up on things before. Like I wanted to go to like a horse training college at one point in time, and that didn't happen because I chose to stay in California for reasons. But just like stuff like that. And I've been thinking a lot about that, especially since listening to Peter's vlogs again, because he's in his 50s, so he's in that group that I love seeing people who are later in life on YouTube and stuff. I think that we need to see that, and just the wisdom that I get from some of his videos, not even just his vlogs. I listen to his drama channel a lot too, because, you know, sometimes you want the gossip, but you don't want the gossip to be about your life and things that impact you greatly, so you listen to gossip channels, and there's nothing wrong with that. But he's pointed out a couple of times that at 35 was really when his life was like turning around, and that's given me so much hope lately, because I'm like, you know what, I'm only 31. Like, you're right, I am not old, despite what some of the kids on TikTok say. I'm still figuring crap out, and you know what? Hobbits don't even consider you an adult till 33 anyway, so I got one more year of youth by Hobbit standards. I don't know. This is where my thoughts have been lately. They've been all over the place. I still have moments where I'm like hanging on to my sanity by a thread, but I don't know. We're getting there. I'm doing my best. I'm gonna have to suck it up and get back to work here soon. I just really don't want to. At least it's a nice day today, or nicer than it has been, so that's nice. But I might have to go back in like the next hour or two, which is a downer. I don't really like just sitting in the house working. Like, I do like sitting out here working, and even when I work from the barn, I sit at the fire table a lot on the patio. But just the weather we've been having has been wicked because of the humidity and the heat together. That really takes it out of you. I mean, the dry heat, I don't like that either. I don't like heat very much. I do love Southern California though, so I don't necessarily see myself leaving anytime in the near future, but I could do without the heat. We're not always just mild, perfect weather here. We're rarely mild, perfect weather here anymore. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. those are kind of the updates on me. I've done a little bit of riding the last couple of weeks. I'm hoping to get some more riding in. It's just the weather has been so gross that it hasn't really been safe to ride. I haven't been getting up early enough to go ride early, so when I have been riding it needs to be later, but I'm trying to work on just some basic strengthening with both Bojack and Padme, so giving them like 15-20 minutes each is like sufficient for now. I've got their sizes for scoop boots, so I'm going to prioritize saving up and getting bows first because I do have front shoes back on Padme, so that is solving some of our issues. But yeah, I've got goals. This week obviously I'm busy, but I think I should be able to go ride at least a couple times this week, which will be good. So yeah, that's just kind of where we're at right now, and thank you for letting me up. Thank you if you got this far listening to me. If you did get this far, maybe, I know, let's ask a question. What is your favorite summertime beverage to just enjoy? It can be alcoholic or non-alcoholic, but pop that into the comments if you want. If not, that's totally cool too. But no matter what, please remember you're not alone out there. Do not give up hope. And I will see you all in the next one.